It's showtime, it's your time. It's game time, it's go time. You got one shot at a gold mine.
Welcome to Black Voices in Color, where we discuss profound topics that focus on Black identity, culture, and Black excellence. We are a student podcast produced by Denver Public Schools that elevates the voices of Black students in our district. I'm Paris.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Anai. So guys, first of all, I'm really excited to be back with you guys for another episode, but I gotta tell y'all about the other day. So I ended up losing, my charger broke for my phone, and I'm like the only person in my house with an iPhone, so nobody else had an extra iPhone charger.
I would have been crying.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like, my phone was dead, and like every time I would forget and I would reach for it to check a notification, I'd be like, dang, I can't even turn on my phone.
I would have went to the store that day.
That would have drove me mad.
The thing is, it happened at night, so I was already about to go to bed, and then I find out my charger's broke. So I'm like, wow, no phone. And then I had to use it to get to school the next day. So I'm like, but I still got to school. It was a struggle though. But how long do you guys think you would go without a phone?
I feel like I could go like a good amount of time. Like, I might be bored or something, but you know, I'd be able to use my time more wisely than I usually do.
Yeah.
Like, I would be more indulged in my hobbies, like getting better at playing the guitar or skateboarding or something like that, or reading, stuff like that. But I feel like I could last a decent amount of time.
If you had to give a number, what would you give?
Maybe because I used to get grounded.
But what about music?
That's when you put the name, when you put the title on.
What about music,
Okay,
Paris?
see.
What about,
I forgot. Yeah.
What would you do without music?
Okay, that's a
Pull
good
out the
question.
old iPod, bro.
Okay, that's a good question. So without music, I don't know about that, but okay, considering that, maybe a good like 3 to 5, maybe a week. Maybe.
Yeah.
That is such a lie.
Maybe
I give you 3 to 5 hours, Paris.
Minutes.
Okay.
I think I'm the same way too. I think I'd pick up on some hobbies, especially with piano. Like, there's some scales and stuff I'm probably behind on, but if I didn't have my phone, I'd probably pick up way better. I think I got about a good week in me too before I start glitching and twitching.
I don't think
You're going to that zombie state, bro.
I don't think I could do a week. I think I could do a day. I could do like a good 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, because I use my phone for everything. Like, I'm saying, my calendar and stuff. I use it for my alarms.
How unorganized
The
do you think
music-
you'd be without it?
I would be okay. That's the thing. I could last with like my computer and my TV and stuff like that, because for entertainment, I need my TV. I watch movies like no other person. But like, I feel like I could do with like a pager, like back in like the 90s and 2000s. I could have a cute little thing on my pocket and people could call me, and I'll just go pick it up. But I think I would thrive with that. Definitely.
Right. I'm really grateful for like things like the Common app and
Oh,
stuff,
definitely,
though,
yeah.
Because I feel like it would have been a struggle to pay all those $50 application fees.
Yeah.
For schools I don't even know if I'm going to go to.
Yeah. Like, See, me, I would love having a pager. Like, I would customize it and everything.
Literally bedazzle it. I would love
It's
it.
a
Like
pager,
stickers,
bro.
like-
Bro,
What is
so
this gibberish?
so a pager.
Bro, you act like you're so old. You're like 12.
All right, bro. You're literally a few months older. But a pager, so that's the thing. When they, we still have landlines, but when it used to be like a thing, is the pager would let you know that somebody was calling you. So here, let me give you an example. Like, when Mr. Leg, he'll send you a pass, right?
Yeah.
The pager is like the pass. It's notifying you that you need to go somewhere or talk to somebody, right? Yeah. So the pager will beep, 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 and then the phone number will come across the thing, and then it'd be like, oh, somebody calling me, So then you go to a landline and put in the phone number. So it's like with Mr. Lake, you get the pass, right? Then you take the pass to Mr. Lake and go talk to him. It's kind of like that, It notifies you that you're getting a phone call,
Man.
But
And honestly, it sounds good, like, especially if I was living in those times where I'm already used to it.
Oh, definitely.
But nowadays, like, if you ask me, I could.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, nowadays sounds crazy.
I could only have a pager if everybody else had a pager. Like, I could live when it was like that. But if I'm the only one with a pager, I wouldn't do it.
Right. Like, I kind of need my phone sometimes, but I do get that. Sometimes I just have to put my phone down, and I'd be like, I've seen too much today, and I just find other ways to use my time. you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good way to, like, log off and give yourself time, definitely.
Right.
But I definitely can say, like, TikTok and stuff like that, it's so easy to get, like, looped in. You really have to, like, channel yourself. And it's, like, scary how addicted people can get. Like, people, like, even when TikTok went down and all that, it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
And they're
I was
like,
sad.
TikTok didn't go down. I deleted it so fast when I saw that it wasn't working.
You
but then
didn't have
came
it
back
for a
on.
while, huh?
Bro, I was cool. I was chilling.
You wasn't sad when he was gone?
I was cool. I mean, I saved like all like the saved TikToks and stuff. I downloaded them and like my sounds and stuff. I was cool. I was prepared.
Yeah,
I was
you had a
prepared for it,
strategy.
yes, but I definitely use like TikTok and like my phone for like inspiration and like healthy tips and stuff like that. So,
bro, when TikTok went down, I was just looking around and everybody pressing. I was disappointed.
Everybody
I was
was
just like, bro,
literally,
They could have
so
took
upset.
everything else. Like, why TikTok?
it's low-key scary with the TikTok thing, like how
Yeah,
it's
it really
controlled
is.
and how it's like a mind game. It's low-key
right. It's
scary.
crazy.
Right.
No, but for me, I went to Instagram Reels. Like, I'm on Instagram more
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
no.
Insta Reels.
But yeah, that's how I am with Instagram. Like, I can like start comparing myself on Instagram, and that's when I need to take my breaks and everything. But
Yeah.
I usually try to use it for like inspiration and stuff like that. And Pinterest too. Pinterest
Yeah.
is fire.
Love
Y'all know about
Pinterest.
Yeah.
What?
Pinterest girly.
We don't know.
I said, y'all know about Pinterest.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
We literally had a whole thing. Josh
Nah.
still doesn't have it.
Who?
No,
But how you
that's
gonna
okay.
tell me?
We literally all showed like our cute little like one
Build
page.
your Pinterest feed.
Literally.
But just because I didn't have a little folder and it wasn't organized doesn't mean I don't got it.
What?
You can
Okay,
start
you got
today.
Pinterest? Then yeah, literally, you can
Yeah.
download it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but all people have nowadays is their phones to teach them everything, like especially in our generation.
Right.
And speaking of which, today we're going to be talking about mentorship. It can play such an important role in who we become personally and professionally. And a lot of people are missing mentors. The definition of a mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor who advises and trains someone like they're like a younger colleague, you know? And mentorship is about accountability. Like your mentor should be able to be honest with you about where you're going, where they see you going. Like have y'all had any mentors who have like guided you out throughout your year or like just helped in general?
Well,
Yeah.
I would say that I've had people who are like kind of similar to mentors. Like they don't never have that exact title. Like for example, Mr. Leg and like counselors and stuff. But these people have helped me with really important life decisions that have determined a lot. And like some have even gone out of their way to make sure I'm always included in really special opportunities. And like these are the closest things I've had to a mentor. But I can say I'm really appreciative of every single last one of those individuals.
Right. Yeah, me too. I haven't had like too many personal ones, like you said. Like they're not exactly mentors, but you know, I have people around me. But for me, God has been the one who's been leading my steps. Like I pray about like everything. Like I pray about everything.
Right.
And things literally appear in front of me, and that's just how it's been. Like doors open, and I didn't even realize they were in front of me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like stuff like that happens all the time for me, and that's really how it is for me. So my faith is my mentor. But besides that, I can only think of like one person who really is like partly a mentor for me. But otherwise, my mentors are people that I've been just inspired by, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I would definitely say, like, for me, I know I talk about Miss Brown a lot, but definitely Miss Brown, Dr. Brown, I apologize. I get so used to
Dr.
But
Brown.
she has become, like, one of my biggest mentors. I had her since I came to DMLK, so, like, my sophomore year.
Me
and
too.
she's really, like, the most genuine and understanding person, and she keeps it 100% real. Like, I really understand. Like, she is someone I also look for, like, validation from. Like, even my dad, like, I think he's also a mentor as well. But that's also kind of how I know, because when I look to them, when I look up to them and not only want them to be proud of me as well, you know. So I also look to her for questions like that don't make sense or things I'm worried about. And she genuinely will tell me when I need to step up or when I'm falling behind.
She'll
So I
snap
think-
on you.
Literally, I'm saying, like, Miss Brown is really I'm so sorry. Dr. Brown is just really good at, like, being honest, you know, and knowing what we need at a certain time. And she's very understanding, so I think I can really
Yeah,
appreciate
I've had
that.
some great conversations with Dr. Brown, private meetings. She's really inspired me to do a lot of things and take my life into plenty of different directions. So I'm glad you had that for you. She's great. Shout out Dr. Brown.
She great.
For me, I think my biggest mentor would have to be, like you said, and I, Mr. Hap Leg. He's been like a great foundation for me. To me, he almost reminds me of like the little devil and angel on my shoulders. You know, it's Mr. Leg, and then it's me. Do I do homework? Or do I go play? You know, it's just like things like that. And he's kind of just like that physical version of the necessary things I tell myself in my head. Like, he always keeps me grounded. He kind of lets me know and help me understand, like, where I'm at in life. And even when I do know, like, I'm not naive. So I try to be open to what he has to say. And every time I do, I just he always gives me like a new experience, a new kind of perception to think about things. So I love having him around.
So then what would your guys' definition of a mentor be? Because like we talked about how they inspire us and how they're there for us, but like so many people think a mentor is like an older sister or like an older student. So what would your guys' definition be of a mentor?
I would say like having a mentor isn't always just about them giving you advice or telling you what to do, but it's just a personal connection that's built off of like trust and respect. You know, like even with what you said about your dad, like, I can definitely say that our parents, they tell us what to do, but we also we depend on them and we expect them to comfort us when we need them. Like I shout out to my mom, of course. She's a great mom. And I would say that she's mentored me for a lot of stuff. So it's really just a supportive relationship.
Yeah, I think so too. I think a mentor is really big on support, and I also think they're a strong sense of guidance. I think they're people who hold us accountable regardless of what we go through and the things that we face.
Yeah, right. I feel like a mentor could be anybody. Like a mentor could be a good friend. Mentor could be like just someone you're inspired by, like I said. But there's someone that you go to for like leadership advice, you know, like comfort, all that. Like a mentor is someone you can go to when life is like throwing you in a loop and you're like lost.
Yeah, and definitely I think mentors are really valuable with like your career and stuff like that. Like there was even a study that shows that mentorship is really important to expose Black students, especially who are often not represented in their fields like the STEM, and to learn more about careers and meet with professionals that are like them and can serve as really strong mentors. So I also think that it's very valuable when you have mentors who look like you and are interested in things that you like as well.
Right. I would definitely say that too. And certain things I've been told by my mentors, like they've played a big part in what my next moves were or what mindset I chose to keep throughout challenges I went through and changes, like new experiences, like public services. A lot of what I did this year that I wasn't used to, and going into higher education, I would say they really help you step out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there.
Yeah, definitely. I see my mentors as inspiration. Like even being a business owner, running my own little youth development program, like with my parents being there, like I've seen firsthand how just vital that kind of support is, you know. Like my parents are people I look up to. I admire their resilience, their commitment towards helping others, because it didn't also benefit them and the people that they were helping, but it kind of shaped me to who I am as an individual today. And their actions and their choices, like they help me grow as a person to use what they given to me to install into other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I looked up to some really cool people, and some examples are like X, Lil Uzi, you know, Ken Carson, Tyler the Creator, and more. And they taught me how to, you know, like stand out. You know, like each and every one of them, they have their own little piece of like media, their own little something that they're not forgotten for. Yeah. And that's what they are. They stand out, you know, that's who they are.
And I like how you chose to name them too, because they have like a lot of negative things that are also towards them. So like seeing how you chose to mention them, knowing that like they have negative conversations, but you decipher like good things that you want to take from them, like, you know what I'm saying, like filtering what's coming in towards you and what you're choosing to perceive. Like I think that's really important with mentorship too.
And all of them are very authentic, and like that's often what we need to be inspired by, like people who are able to embrace themselves. Like Tyler the Creator, he has his very own like thing, you know what I'm saying?
You make my earthquake. He's nice, bro. Nice, bro.
But definitely I would say that like a lot of mentors really bless you with opportunities, like and they also turn into like an endless cycle. One opportunity turns into another opportunity, and then another connection into another connection. So like I would honestly say, like even the other day I went to this media forum and I met like a bunch of cool people and a lot of like Black people in media and stuff like that. And so one of the ladies, her name is actually Chandra Whitfield, and she invited me to the Colorado Association of Black Journalists Gala, and it was such an amazing event, and I met a bunch of cool people. And there's actually this college student from CU Boulder, and she's actually working on a documentary this summer, and she actually invited me to go work on this documentary with her. So I'm like, it's just cool how when you have mentors, because Chandra Whitfield, she was looking out for me, you know, she wanted me to be a part of something. So then look where it got me another opportunity on top of another. So I feel like even those mentors, they push you into the right direction to have another mentor, you know what I'm saying? Because Mr. Lake, he doesn't know about media, he doesn't know about a bunch of stuff, you know, but he can lead us in the direction to find people who will tell us that, you know?
That's such a great way to put it, honestly. Like it is important to meet those people who have that knowledge in the field you want to go into, and they're really helpful connections as well, and they're always there to answer any questions or concerns you have. Like I've had so many questions answered, and I've had a different perspective just reaching out whenever even being scared of rejection. Sometimes you just gotta go ask those questions, you know,
Yeah.
because you never know what advice you'll get.
Yeah.
And I've become way more aware of how many individuals I have around me, like you said, like that genuinely support me and want to see me succeed and whatever I'm passionate about. And this has also kept me motivated even in times where I've been unsure about continuing on with pre-dentistry as my major. And since I want to become a dentist, and I understand that Black people, like Black students, are underrepresented in those fields. Like it's important to connect with Black doctors and professionals who give you advice on what to expect in your journey, and that's what I've done. And I have comfort knowing that those are resources for me at any time.
Yeah, and definitely like advocating for yourself. That elevator speech is huge, or even just saying little things about what you want to do. Like I know with you and I, like you talk about dentistry a lot and it gets you a lot of great connections, you know what I mean? So like even just saying like, oh, I want to go into pre-dentistry, that little detail could invite a bunch of people, you know what I'm saying? Like even for me, like if I just say something about media, like I literally got a scholarship because this lady was telling me that she heard me talking about going into media, and so just by me saying something and advocating for that,
took a long
so
way.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you really have to advocate and say the unnecessary details. If you feel like you're bragging about yourself, it's honestly okay, because you know you have no idea who's listening and who's paying attention. Like kind of like what we'd be talking about, just advocating for yourself and making yourself known. And then these people see you and they want to help you because you advocated for yourself. Because advocating is huge and people really appreciate it.
Right, I completely agree. Advocating is necessary, and even just having connections to people with experience in your work field, that makes all the world difference. Even especially when you're like considering or even like questioning your path, like you said. Like for me, I had a meeting with a guy, Mr. Palmer, a few days ago, and basically it was this little meet. You know, we had students who are all interested in the subject cybersecurity, and we just had a little meeting, and you know, he was there to tell us a little bit about himself. Then from there, it's kind of like a little seminar, and then we just answered questions. And within like the shortest possible 3 minutes, we had a little conversation, and I was just telling him like how so in the cybersecurity workforce, one thing that's really big that I know now is certificates. And so with your certifications, you have opportunity to make like $60K coming out of high school, depending on what job and, you know, the kind of opportunities that present you. And so with these things, they're very big. And so I didn't know that at first. And so going into it, I had just told him like I wasn't really interested in my certificate, and I just felt like it was irrelevant. And within, he had about 45 seconds of talking, and with that, he convinced me like how important my certification was towards my career and what I want to be in life. So just being open and seeing these opportunities, like mentors are really important. And just those little seconds, he changed my whole career, because I don't know where I would have been. So now I'm sitting here getting ready to prepare myself, taking study, doing little flashcards so I can prepare to take my certification exam so I can get it next week. So it's just important to be open. Those opportunities are really big. They only come once, and if you miss them, you're gonna go through it.
How do you like what is technically is a certificate? Like what does it help you do? Like I know like I actually don't know. Like what does it give you?
So well, I could tell you from terms of what I know. So when it comes to cybersecurity, your certifications, they demonstrate your mastery in certain...
Like a degree in a way, but like
per se, It's like demonstrate your mastery in certain skills. So like right now, I'm doing what's called the CompTIA Network Security Plus. And so with that, that's basically saying like I have mastery in understanding how computers work. I could reroute your internet. Long story short, so I could do a whole bunch. You know, I could change your IPv. So just understanding like, hey, I know how this works. This is saying like I'm certified in this area. I'm qualified. If you need this is my badge. Let me in.
But you can't keep your computer charged.
Your computer don't even stay on.
What? Okay, it's broken. That is not my fault. Your computer stays dead. I heard it like 5 minutes ago. I heard that little bloop.
Your computer probably turned off 3 times.
No, it didn't. It's really nice that you have mentors like that, though. That's really good.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to, what do you guys think when it comes to finding appropriate mentors? Like, I would say that finding a mentor, specifically for Black students who are underrepresented and underserved most of the time, it can be hard. Like, we face a lot of unique challenges that other people can't say they've been through, and it makes their educational journey a little more difficult. And mentorship provides them with role models who understand their struggles and can offer them that, personalized guidance. And a mentor can help them navigate navigate through certain barriers as well, build confidence, and open doors to opportunities they might not have had access to. And I think mentorship isn't just about academic support for minority students either, but it's also about them feeling seen too, and valued and empowered to reach their fullest potential. And I'm gonna ask this question, like, do you all feel like Black students have the right kind of mentors and representation in the Black community overall?
No, I really don't think so. Like, there aren't really a lot of good role models or influencers around right now. Like, a majority of my generation, they be looking at people like Sexy Red and Glorilla for mentorship. And anyways, fame doesn't really, like, fame doesn't make you a good role model. Like, fame doesn't make you a good role model, especially for the youth.
I honestly think that it also depends on where you look. True. I think that there are still a lot of good mentors. Like, for me, I've always loved Alicia Keys, and she is a brilliant and successful Black woman, and she started, like, she goes to the Met Gala with no makeup. Like, she thrives off of no makeup looks. And so that is something that I also, like, really value just as, like, a Black woman as well, and just as a woman in general. Like, you have no idea, like, the pressure it kind of feels like that you have to wear makeup or you have to do this. So like, her kind of embracing that is very powerful. And I also think that the only reason why we say those is because that's what's being pushed. You know, if you're looking farther than just what's being pushed in front of your face, then you'll actually find people who inspire you. But people, that's what I definitely can agree on. Since they're pushing it, like TikTok and stuff like that, they're pushing it. This is who you should look up to. This is who you should be inspired by. This is who you need to like, who you need to be subscribed to, who you need to follow, and all that. So it's just the people, if you're looking for those kind of things that are farther and that are more brilliant, like, even, like, that's, I don't want to bring it into politics or anything like that, but like when Barack Obama was around, Michelle Obama became a huge icon. She's in movies, she's in different TV shows, she's doing different events. So it's also like, when we have more things that are more publicized, then we have more role models, because it's just what's being publicized right now, you know, like, sometimes people in politics aren't exactly the best role models, but I'm saying that then when there's people who are good role models, it's really easy to find that when they're so, like, important in social media and everything like that. So.
And it normalizes it too.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
And like, I agree with what you said, Josh. Like, there are very bad examples in behavior that come. Well, no, it was you that said that, Paris. There are very bad examples in behavior that come from Black individuals in the community, like with Sexy Red and Glorilla. But I feel like those aren't the only, like, images of mentorship representation in the community. Like, there are so many Black individuals who have great legacies, and they've demonstrated Black excellence and showed that there are some very committed leaders in our community.
And I also do think that, like, it's also what other generations perceive of our generation as well. I think other generations see, like, Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion and stuff like that all over, what is it? The halftime show and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm blanking on the word, but I'm just saying, like, other people perceive that as that, and then they just say, like, oh, you Sexy Red and this and that and Ice Spice. But no, because like, it really is, like, what I be telling is just that there are so many strong individuals, but like, even what you were saying, like Tyler the Creator and stuff like that. So it's just
look.
Definitely
Really gotta look.
Yeah. How do you guys think, though, the media influences students? Like, do you believe that kind of, like, that negative persona that some of these celebrities do kind of damage students along the way?
I just think it's like social media promotes generalization instead of individualism. Like, when something, how do I say, like, when something is popularized, everyone's doing it. Like, it becomes a trend. Like, everyone's doing it, and that's what I see. Instead of people, like, taking on their own style and trying to do everything themselves. And like, I think about it a lot, and that's why I say, like, I feel like I could last a little bit without my phone, because I'm myself, you know. But I don't know, that music piece, it threw me. But
yeah, definitely. And I think inspiration is big, because it's just finding, like, I think with our generation is so influenced by a bunch of things, you know. A lot of people have different styles now. I feel like that's how it kind of changed into, like, some people have street style or alternative style, or like, what is it called? Like,
what are you thinking of?
With, like, pink and, like, bows and stuff like that.
Like, it's the aesthetic, like the pretty, cutesy style.
But there's, like, a bunch of different kind of aesthetic and names for it. So I think that also, like, our generation kind of influences a bunch of different things and tries to pull it together. So I think, like, one person does it and then, oh, we want to do it, you know? Because we like now it's kind of like the layered look, you know, the different colors, the different swag, you know, to it, you know,
like
so
standing out.
exactly, yeah. So I think our generation is different because we have a whole variety of a bunch of
a variety. It's versatile.
literally very, very versatile.
Right. I feel like a lot of people, when they think of putting themselves out there, they try not to replicate what someone else has done.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Yeah.
They try to really get that attention, you know.
Yeah. Do you guys think that kind of goes into like you guys? Do you guys see yourself as mentors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Love it.
I definitely
Love
want
it.
to be a mentor one day.
Yeah, and I feel like that authenticity kind of goes into it, you know. Like I can at least say for me personally, like some of the things that I do, like I do volleyball, and we had a big sister little sister program, and I just want to say that I valued that so much. Like our teacher put it together, not our teacher, my coach. Yeah,
My teacher put it together. My teacher put it together.
but she organized it really well. Like my little sister, her name was AJ, and she was like the best, you know. She was super fun and we had similar energies, and so it was nice to just have like a little sister on, like I think she was on JV, for the time. So it was just nice to know that she was looking up to me and I was also there to like help her and stuff like that. And like she would ask me questions and I would help her get better. So it's just nice knowing that like something I was good at, because I love volleyball like with all my
Me
heart.
too.
So I'm just saying that being a mentor for her was something that I enjoy, just kind of made me feel like I had a role to uphold, you know. Like I like being a mentor, and I like when I'm good at something that I can tell people on it. So that was a really nice experience though.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and something else I think of when I picture a mentor is just someone who's always in your corner when you need them, like you said. And like I'm like that for my little siblings, honestly. They always come home from school and they're in like they're in 7th grade actually. Like I get their age mixed up all the time. They grow up too fast. But they always come home to tell me something new, and I give them specific advice just because I've been in their shoes at some point, and I can give them that, you know, personal experience, and I can give them that guidance just based off what I've been through at their age. And I've overcome struggles that I know that I had to get through at their age, so it helps them. And it's essential to have a mentor who can relate to you in that way. And they're always giving you truthful advice rather than just telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Right. That's how I am with my siblings. Like my little siblings, they grow up for real.
Yeah.
They grow up fast.
I
Like,
wish I had little siblings, bro.
like it's something
I
else.
am the
like,
little sibling.
Like they ask questions sometimes, and it's just like, it's crazy to just look at it and just be like, I'm really like influencing them, and it's crazy just to think about. But yeah, for me, I can be like the therapist friend a lot. Like people come to me when they're in like difficult situations, or if they're sad, or just like, you know, thinking crazily, and like it could be like someone's situation around them making them think that they're crazy, but the whole time it's just the environment that they're in. It's just but I think it's just environmental things, and okay, for me, being the environmental friend, environmental
Therapist friend.
the therapist friend, it's like a lot. Like I can give them inspiration. I can give them, what is it called, advice. That's what I was mixing up my words, but I can give them advice to like handle situations better, to think differently, just to give them like different perspectives and point of views and stuff like that.
I do that all the time. Like when I'm down in Keys to the City, down with the kids, like they're always, what do you think I should do this? What do I think I should do this? Like, and it's like a lot of times I'm just like, what makes you want to ask me that? But like you guys people say, like people are always watching, like they're always looking. And so to me, it's just like having them kids, like I really realized like sometimes being a mentor is not always what you say, it's just how you present yourself. Sometimes people are just looking to see like, how is he showing up today? What does he got on? What is he wearing? What is he eating? Like, you know, it's just the little things like that. How does he eat? Like little things like that show up in a variety of ways. But I do consider myself a mentor.
Right.
And I would also say like sometimes it comes organically, you know, like just by having friends and stuff like that. Being the therapist friend, like I can understand that, because like even in student council and like in volleyball, like I notice how many times I like to talk. Okay, like I know I like to talk.
I think we get it.
Okay, but I'm just saying that like when you meet people and then you inspire them, you know, it can come really organically. Like even when you're just in different spaces and different clubs, stuff like that, sometimes it can just be, you don't even have to be younger or older. You could literally be the same age. Like I'm inspired by you guys as well, because we're all doing our own things, you know.
Right.
So I can even see you guys as mentors, and I do, and even just people who I surround myself with, my friends. And that's the thing that we also talk about, like those circles that we stay in. We stay around people who inspire us to do more. So even with a mentor, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you're my mentor, you have to do this. No, like it's literally, it's genuinely just like inspiration. Like, I like what you say. It's just inspiration and
Right.
thriving and being dedicated. So it's really nice that it can just happen so often, you know?
Yeah, and it looks many types of ways. I know for
Yeah.
me, like one thing that's really big is like programs. So like
Yeah.
I've been part of Mr. Sin's program, the Sims Fayola. I've been down into the 5280, and so these are kind of like just like mini brotherhoods. You know, sometimes we link
Yeah.
in. We've had check-ins at the schools. Like we've had a variety of different things that kind of support students in different ways to give them and just provide them the mentors. You know, and it's very open. You know, you could choose to be vulnerable. You could choose to be closed off, and they kind of just work with you with
Yeah.
what you bring to the table.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah, and like I was saying, like you don't even have to like meet your mentors. Like it can be
Yeah.
someone that
Social
you're inspired
media,
by, that
yeah.
you just look up to and just like.
Yeah.
Right.
That's definitely how I feel, like, with social media and stuff. I find so many people that, like, I could love their life. Like, what is his name? Brett Rock. You know how he's in Hawaii with the chickens and
that?
stuff like that?
Brett Rock?
Brett, I think
Chickens?
that's his name. But he be posting videos, and, like, all you see behind him, like, he'll make a TikTok. All you see behind him is, like, the mountains in Hawaii and all the
Yeah.
trees and stuff. And then he's got, like, 16 chickens, and he just feeds the chickens and all that. And it's kind of weird. He's flamboyant, you know. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun to watch. So even just fun stuff where it's just like, oh, I want to be on an island, you
Yeah,
know. I
exactly.
just want to take a
Just like
vacation,
little
you know. Like even that, like even small things. It doesn't have to be a whole life coach kind of mentor. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to go shopping, you know.
see people
something like
living
that.
their lives. you're like,
Exactly, and
making
it's
them
just fun
happy.
inspiration too. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
What are some good traits you guys think a mentor has, or some good characteristics you say a good mentor has?
Well, that's a really good question. I was actually thinking about a response. I would say every mentor should have like that leadership vibe to them. Like you should definitely give off somebody who's in charge, like somebody who
Yeah.
knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
And that kind of goes into like confidence, you know.
Right.
Like I'm not saying you have to be the confident person, like the most confident person ever, but just like being sure of what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Right.
Like you know you're not just delivering
Credibility.
Yeah.
nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. Because then sometimes people would be like, "Well, you should do this, maybe." You
Yeah,
know,
you
I'm
don't
like,
know.
"No, what? Tell me what I should do. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear the, oh, I think you should." I
Like,
don't know, but-
have you guys ever seen that quote that's like, oh, when I give somebody advice, but I don't know though, just in
Oh,
case
just
it
in
ruins
case it
their
ruins
life.
it,
yeah.
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 That's exactly what I think of. Like, don't take the wrong advice from the wrong person and don't give the wrong
Yeah.
advice.
And that's the thing. If you feel like your advice is accurate, give them that advice. It depends on how they take it too. If they
Yeah,
take
that's true,
it
too.
like that, they don't exactly need that kind of advice, and they don't need it, you know. But just say what you believe and what is true to your heart.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? Yeah.
And I feel like also the things that a mentor inputs into you should see them implicating the same things in their everyday walks. Like if somebody's telling you to do something, you should see it twice as much as how they show up.
Yeah.
True.
Definitely.
Yeah.
right.
Well, we want to say thank you guys. We hope you enjoyed our one of our final conversations of season 3. We want to thank DPS for providing this space for our students, and thank you for joining us on Black Voices in Color.
If you enjoy our show, please let us know how you're feeling about our topic so far and what we'll be discussing as a whole. Leave your comments or feedback on our Instagram page, and be sure to come back before our next episode. And of course, until our next remarkable comeback, make sure to
Awaken the soul, empower the mind. Come back for our last episode, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.